half of our job is how do we manage our mind.
Right. That file reviewer is the gatekeeper to you getting paid and the homeowner getting a check.
Bottom line, this is what I'm here for, is to help this insured get money so they can get started.
Have you tried turning it off and just never turning it back on again?
Hello, my name is Doug Hovey, and I'm the president of the National Association of Catastrophe Adjusters. I'm excited to announce and welcome you all to NACA's 50th annual convention being held February 9th through the 13th, 2025 in Little Rock, Arkansas. Whether you're a seasoned adjuster or just starting out, NACA offers over 50 classes, most of which offer continuing education credits as well. Gain the knowledge you need to excel at your job in the ever-evolving world of catastrophe adjusting. Our venue, the State House Convention Center, and located in downtown Little Rock, is a city bursting with charm and energy. Enjoy easy access to dozens of restaurants and attractions within walking distance of the convention center. There's something here for everyone. So kick off the convention February 9th, Super Bowl Sunday, with our big game tailgate watch party. And don't miss Tuesday night's optional event, a private concert with the Flat River Band. We hope you all attend. Connect with colleagues, meet and interview with the best IA firms in the business, explore the latest services and technologies, all within our dynamic exhibit hall. Join us as we celebrate NACA's 50th convention. Register now and be a part of this milestone event. We hope to see you in Little Rock.
Here's a place where a distinction can be made. So when I was doing field support, part of what I did was with the team that was under me was they would call to get approval on slopes and roofs, right? And this is absolutely a waste of time for that guy, but not for me because I was just getting a day rate and I was
Getting a day rate.
and I could put it on my border rows and
Right.
It was something I was doing that day. A couple of guys. They had a couple of years of experience, so they weren't like looking for the on button on their laptops. But they called me out on a bunch of roofs that they wanted me to sign off on. Oh, we're going to total this roof out so that they could bump their fee
Right.
schedule up. Right? There's nothing inherently wrong with wanting to maximize your earnings on a claim, but it's got to be like in this situation, they both knew good and well that what they were asking for didn't adhere to the estimating guidelines in the roof process that was set out, right?
Right.
The roof was repairable, right? I did the brittleness test and I'm like,
Right.
looking at the guy like, there's 2 missing tabs on the front slope, right? And then I got guff from him, and we spend 10 or 15 minutes up there arguing about the roof process and how unfair it is and all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, we're in New York, right? In like White Plains. And his next claim might be like 25 miles away in New York. Which is like a
Could be 2
90-minute,
hours.
2-hour drive, right?
Right.
And I'm like, we're standing up here wasting time on this roof, but he knows it's repairable. There is only one company that provides E&O and general liability insurance solely to the claims industry, and that's Kaplik. And they even have drone and cyber coverages. Download the free guide all about the different kinds of insurance that you as an adjuster should carry at cplic.net/adjustertv. But they're trying to get me to say it wasn't repairable so they could put my name in the file and make the extra money and just wasting time. Just wasting. It's a huge waste of time.
All comes back to getting your head in the claim,
Yeah.
in that claim. And one of the things for 6 weeks, every day, I screamed at my students that you are not there to write an estimate to a fee schedule.
Yeah,
You do
exactly.
not care what that fee. If there's 2 tabs missing on that roof, then repair 2 frickin' tabs and move on.
Yeah. Yes.
Right? We don't make money by arguing or trying to bump our fee schedule by $300 because if
Or
he spent
20.
if he spent a half hour with you and then an extra 45 minutes to get to the next claim, he could have wrote a repair on this one and a repair on the next one and made the same amount of money as the argument that he made.
Yeah.
And that's always been my thing. I'm here. It is what it is. If my estimate comes out to $4,999.50 and 5,000's an extra 150, then it's $4,999.50.
Exactly right.
And I will tell anybody who's listening to this, if you write to the damage and never write to the estimate, they will know that. If every one of your claims that comes out to $5,050,
Right.
they know it. And what they're going to do is they're going to go start scrutinizing your claim, and they're going to take that fluff off of it, and you're going to get paid less than the time you took to try to get over, because they're going to bring you down.
Yep.
And then you're going to get mad, and you're going to start arguing, and then you're going to lose sleep over
Injustice
that.
and,
This one claim could be an extra 5 hours of aggravation, file review, whatever it is. Then just do the claim.
Yep.
Pay attention to that.
And I think that this, another place where I think this is probably more likely to happen is in the adjusters' sort of unfamiliarity with the estimating guidelines and what the stuff that was covered in their certification, and maybe it's in their carrier certification manual. It's in a job aid somewhere in the packet that they got, and it's going to be little things like what constitutes two-story, right? Can I bill for two-story if there's one-story access on the front and it's two-story on the back? I'm 2 stories above the ground in the back. I've had guys. As a file reviewer, I've sent files back.
Totally.
And they fight on it. And this is, I think that's probably a more relevant, more common example, is just not knowing the estimating guidelines and the things that you can and can't pay for, right? You can't put 2-story on that house if there's 1-story access. You can't put it on the estimate and you can't bill for it.
To the second story.
Yeah. Even if it was 10 stories and you had 1-story access.
2-story is I need a 28-foot ladder minimum.
It's access.
That's 2-story.
It's not how tall it is, right? So those kind of things.
Back when I started to that point, we didn't put 2-story on our estimate or steep or anything else, because we would tell people, you can go up over the garage right here, and when you get to the ridge of the garage, it's going to cut off, and you can walk right to the top of the ridge of the second story. It's 1 story. You're not putting 2-story on the house.
Yeah, exactly. So those are, I think those are probably the more common kinds of things that if you get the file kicked back, because the file reviewer is going to look at your invoice. They're going to look at the whole file. They look at the invoice, the claim summary, your statement of loss, your GLR, your narrative, all that stuff, right? They look at everything, and they're going to kick it back for stuff, right? Please put, instead of NI for named insured in the diary, please put the insured's first and last name. Every time you have, 37 times you got NI in there, you got to change it.
Right.
That's an easy fix, but you fight on it, well, the other file reviewers don't kick it back for that. Yeah. It doesn't matter.
The other place I work doesn't do that.
Yeah. Well, we didn't do that on Hurricane Katrina. It doesn't matter. Just do it the way they want you to do it. Because, the bottom line is that file reviewer is the gatekeeper to you getting paid and the homeowner getting a check, right? And them getting started on the repairs, which is the key thing we're after here. So,
it's you just said it. It really comes down to the insured and the key to them getting started.
Yeah.
And I think I'm guilty of this, you're guilty of this. I think if adjusters really kept that as the number one thought in their brains all the way through, file reviewer kicks it back, my fee schedule is not the same, whatever it is, if everybody kept that as their bottom line, this is what I'm here for, is to help this insured get money so they can get started, then all of this other stuff is just chatter. Problem is that, people have a hard time between that reaction and response, right? And we talked about this, and I said this already once probably, but it is a mental state. Half of our job is how do we manage our mind? Right? I can learn through repetition and muscle memory how to do xactimate. I can learn construction by going and seeing houses and looking it up on YouTube. I can do all of that stuff, but how I react to other humans is, to me, the big.
Yeah.
Which is why I've spent so much money on counseling. No.
That's important. It's important.
No, it really is.
Yeah, and I think it comes down to, and this is something that we can try to train, but assessing what are the priorities.
Yeah.
What's the one thing that I can do that will move the needle the most for me on these claims or this claim or this day, right? What's the thing that has to be done? And if I do it, it'll make all these other things either easier or in some cases maybe even unnecessary to do them. What's that thing, right? It takes some experience. It takes training, certainly, because a good trainer who's got experience as an adjuster can be like, hey, listen, always put your phone, your glasses, your hotel room key, your car keys, anything that's in your pockets that if you're going to switch pants, right, it goes on the corner of the dresser that's got the TV on it opposite your bed. That's where I always put all my stuff, right? You have a basket method, right? I want to talk about first storm experience. But we've been going for 45 minutes. So we can either stop this one
Let's stop this one and start on the next one.
Okay. So let me stop and restart
and just, all these. By the way, so you're going to edit a little bit of this.
Oh, yeah, lots of it.
If you like this first Guy Grand podcast, please comment on it. Even if it's on Matt's Adjuster TV. Because I really, this is so awesome, Matt, doing this with you.
Yeah.
And I've never done it, right? So I'm just really looking for it because these are great conversations. And if somebody just takes a kernel away, right, get my head in the claim, and they write that down and it's on their dashboard, then we've helped change the business. And that's what we're both looking for.
Yeah, for sure. So if you're watching this, you got to understand that Guy Grand he's looking for something to do because you're such a servant to the industry, right? And because Veteran Adjusting School is now closed, he's kind of a free agent, right? So if you like listening to Guy's deep, mellifluous, baritone voice, bass voice, and you're interested in learning more, getting more inspiration and insight and learning from his experience, then comment below. Say, we love Guy, or more Guy. Guy needs to have his own YouTube channel, his own video podcast, so that you guys can kind of benefit from his experience. So comment, this video.
And if you all say Guy sucks, then I know I can just go hiking out of the
If you hate Guy's guts, if you think he's full of it, say that too. But let us know, because this is, we do this because we're trying to draw interest to the industry. We're trying to help people that have discovered the industry to really figure out if this is right for them or not. And if they decide, yep, I'm all in on this, it sounds like something I want to do, versus scooping rice at Panda Express for $100,000. I want to be an adjuster, whether I'm field or remote, or get into the claims industry as an independent, which is different, right, than going to working at State Farm. We want to help you get the right start doing this. So I know what the answer is already. You guys love Guy Grant, so it's going to be, yes, we love Guy all the way down. I'm convinced of it. So
thanks.
You're on the hook now, buddy. You gotta start your own.
I'm gonna have
channel.
to start doing these little things. I got a little room in the house down there in Sedona. I got my old boss sign up, a couple other things. So I'm practicing.
Yeah. Well, maybe I can come down and help you set up lights and
that would be awesome.
Whatever you want to do. So
we'll do it from the Red Rocks though.
From Red Rocks.
Yeah, we have to figure out our camera angles so we get the rocks behind us. And
do you have a window in your studio, in your little room?
I do.
Okay. Yeah.
I do. Exactly.
Yeah.
So,
man.
Cool. Thank you very much.
Yeah, you bet.
It was really appreciated.
So a real quick thanks to NACA for sponsoring this part of the video and for supporting Adjuster TV. We're getting close to conference season for our industry, and now is really the time to think about getting your tickets to the National Association of Catastrophe Adjusters Convention this February 9th through 13th in Little Rock, Arkansas. I'm pretty excited about this event because not only is Little Rock a lot easier to get to for most adjusters, it's also a celebration of 50 years of the premier network and recruiting event for our industry. I bet you didn't even know that independent storm adjusting had been around at least that long. It's going to be a big one, and NACA is pulling out all the stops to make this the best convention yet. Early bird pricing is still available, so now's the time to pick up your tickets at nacaadjuster.org right now. Are you ready to handle $1 million claims? Learn why your tech setup matters in this next video.